Texas Tech finally did it. BYU got screwed. The Big 12 hates bowl games. But at least we're not Notre Dame.
You're talking ball with the Big 12 squad. From Oklahoma State to Utah, from Kansas State to BYU, from Houston to Texas Tech, it's the local experts of the Locked On Podcast Network bringing you scoops, breakdowns, and the most comprehensive preview of the upcoming Big 12 weekend. Buckle up. It's the Big 12 squad, and we have a seat for you. No hurt feelings and thin skin allowed. Squad up. You're part of the Big 12 squad.
Welcome to the Big 12 squad, the only Locked On Podcast Network squad show for a conference that has two 2025 conference champion stadiums in their intro. Welcome, of course, Nick Maravets, who had the worst week out of all of us somehow. Loses a coach, gets a new coach, can't even record a 30-minute show in between. Darian Gray, how does it feel? Alone at the top. The only one on the Big 12 squad this week who made a bowl game.
I told everybody else to stay at home, so I couldn't be the only one. It feels good.
That feels really good. In fact, we got someone else to add to the stage, and he also didn't make a bowl game. But first, Kevin Borba, how good did it feel to not have to watch the Colorado Buffaloes play again this season?
It was, tough watch all season long. So excited to talk about Brendan Marion and anything.
Same here, whoever that is. Yep, and he's got 49 new commits, and this guy just handled about 34 of them, got him to sign on the dotted line. Mountaineer Paul.
Oh,
Perfect.
Rich Rod and company, man, they're coming. I'm excited about the new class, obviously. I think, we haven't been the number one of the Big 12 at anything.
Or have I?
The Rougiette ready over there at West Virginia. And of course, we don't want to have a coach. We don't want to have a bowl game either. Christian Rao.
And that's how I enter after Rougiette ready?
Yeah.
Well, y'all
all right.
Is there a better time?
You got 15 minutes.
Christian Rao promised to record with me after the show.
36 hours.
Christian Rao. He can last. Fellas.
Rougiette doesn't even kick in the time that it takes Iowa State to hire a head coach, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
57 seconds. Yeah, that would be lightning fast.
That's a long time, by the way.
Would you guys like the
That is a
comparison
long time.
between Rhino 3000 and Rougiette?
What?
Is this coming from experience, Paul?
I didn't see
I
that.
have dabbled in Rhino 3000 before.
Men, we need to talk about this more. Men, it's time to talk about it. We don't have anyone who was part of the conversation this week. Texas Tech wins the Big 12 championship. Thoughts? I thought so.
I think they were as advertised. When you spend that much money on a roster, you expect to win. And I think them being so good hurt BYU in the process, because I think BYU needed to lose close if they had any chance at making it to the playoff outside of winning the game itself. And Texas Tech looks good. And I think there's a lot of people around that playoff bracket that are a little bit scared of that defense line, as they should be.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I think the idea of what happens with BYU, their fate was kind of sealed. I think that Tech had their number, and unless they won, they were just done. That little log jam at the back end with Notre Dame, Bama, Miami, BYU, they were always going to be the odd team out. And it didn't help that they got handled the way that they did. They couldn't they got handled the way that Alabama got handled, but they're not Alabama.
Can someone tell me, because Darren's right, like everything leading up to this, they had to be the odd team out. But like, can somebody give me a great explanation as to why they had to be the team out?
In terms of Alabama beat Georgia early in the year.
I don't care about Alabama.
No, I'm just saying, like, BYU didn't have that win over Texas Tech to sort of help them. And we all know the obvious answer. They have the smallest brand power out of those schools, right? It's not the U, it's not Notre Dame, which I was shocked to see Notre Dame get bounced because the committee had made it seem that they were in it the whole time until the very end. So I think if you're BYU, it just comes down to you didn't win enough games by a large margin and you weren't as popular as you hoped.
I'm having a tough time with that one. I'm having a tough time with this one. I really am, because yes, you have to look at different resumes. I understand it. There's definitely the bias. There's no doubt about that. But what other team that has been left out of the College Bowl playoffs with their only losses? Now, again, I realize that that's two losses from the same exact team, but their only losses are to a top 5 team. Miami lost to a Florida State team. Notre Dame lost to
Bama.
what Miami lost to SMU.
Couldn't imagine that.
Right. So I just can't see why. I understand why they were left out because where they started going into the week, although the Miami conversation is completely different, but they should have headed into the week in the top 10. They should have. I think that would have changed a lot of the narrative.
So now Brett Yormark agrees. He was actually defending this decision earlier, which is pretty shocking.
That is wild.
Yeah, the top 10 thing, that's the actual problem. It's funny to me. They told you that the committee was in a terrible position. Let's remove BYU just briefly. They were in a very bad position because I think they removed them already. With Bama, Notre Dame, and Miami, you had to say either last week's rankings don't matter, which is what they did with Miami, jumping Notre Dame without ever playing a game.
Cluster, Darian. It's all about the cluster. It's all about if they're right next to each other, then that's when you worry about it. They're good old buzz.
Right, once they're touching.
Right. So then you have to tell Miami head to head doesn't matter if we don't put you in. And then you have to tell Bama that you're penalized for losing in a conference game if you take them out. So now they've put themselves into a corner of what do you say, what bad stance do you take? And the bad stance was, well, we can change our mind no matter what happens.
Last year, 1A for teams that were screwed over was BYU. This year, I think you could either put them as 1A or 1B, Notre Dame being in the conversation as well. But each year that we've had a 12-team college ball playoffs, BYU is in the conversation of being screwed out of being inside the top 12, of being one of the teams.
And that's not even the other bad thing that happened in this, which was Ole Miss obviously lost their coach. And if we're going to use the Florida State method here, when they lost their quarterback and didn't get in with a very valid team, how do you apply that to the Ole Miss situation, right? So, like, there's a bunch of stuff here that we could get into, even though it's not really Big 12 relevant. It's college football playoff relevant.
Yeah, I think
that one doesn't bug me as much, though, because, like, they have their coordinators still, their play callers. Like, that one doesn't bug me as much, but I do understand the argument.
I think the problem with the playoff is it's too subjective, though. Like, they have sort of like a fail-safe for every scenario just to kind of save their asses. Like, they can kind of just be like, well, we're going to nitpick this, so that way it doesn't.
So bad they could have come up with a reason for Colorado to get in. That's how bad it is.
Dude, I mean, Colorado – They found momentum at the end there with the quarterback, right? They changed play callers. Almost beat West Virginia.
Losses.
Hey, that list almost got down to Colorado to see if you guys wanted to take a bowl game or not.
Yeah, I don't know if Colorado wanted to take a bowl game ever again after this with this team, but I think the playoff, like, they need to figure out how they change. Like, they need to change how they decide teams. They need to expand it, or they just need to stop telling us their thought process until the very end because they're not smart enough to sort of not backtrack on what they've said previously, because they'll say something like head-to-head matters. And it's like, okay, well, does it? Or like, because you had Notre Dame ahead of Miami the entire time until the very end, so it only mattered once. They could talk about resume, and if you looked at the BYU resume, it was better than insert team here, right? So they either need to stop telling us what they see or just sort of figure out a way to evaluate these teams differently.
And if anybody wants to make the conversation about saying that the college football playoffs, the ranking system is for content, and that's the reason why these media departments do that. God. Not having those at all is even more content. Imagine all the controversy and hypotheticals you can do. ESPN, according to that, plugged into those SECs, they love those hypotheticals, man. So, I mean, they could do that all day.
And I'll say this about Ole Miss. The thing with Ole Miss versus Florida State, I think it's two things. One, Ole Miss wasn't a fringe playoff team. Like, I don't remember exactly where Florida State was, but there was only 4 teams at the time. So it wasn't a lot of wiggle room, right? While Ole Miss was pretty firmly there. Even if you got knocked a little bit, you probably weren't going to get thrown all the way out. And then secondly, absence of evidence, because they didn't make the SEC championship game.
Right.
If they would have played the SEC championship game and got beat badly with no Lane Kiffin, I do think Ole Miss misses it. I do think Ole Miss is the playoffs. Nah, 2 on the head. Anyway, so I think that Ole Miss is out of the playoffs if they play a game without Lane Kiffin and get beat. But to Christian's point, I think it was Christian that said it. They still have their OC, right? They still have a lot of pieces around that team. They still have the team. So you feel like they have enough continuity without seeing what they look like. And then, look, they get to play Tulane, right? So I'll be interested.
Tulane versus no lane.
Tulane.
Come
They
on,
beat by
man.
like
Tulane.
35.
I saw that
Also-
T-shirt. I thought that T-shirt was awesome. Tulane versus no lane.
It's a rematch.
The best place
Yeah,
to be in the
which
playoffs
is
third.
the second best Lane Kiffin pun ever, only behind when his time was running out at USC and someone put outside one of the facilities where it said Fire Lane and it said he just spray painted Kiffin next to it. Like that was really good. Parker Ainsworth joins us from the road. Parker, any thoughts on this? Anyway, we got to take a break.
All right.
We're right back. Locked on Big 12 Squad. Today's episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. Mountaineer Paul told me he is looking to get gifts for these 49 recruits that have signed with the West Virginia Mountaineers. And I told him, Paul, like this is the place. Aura Frames. You want something meaningful, personal, guaranteed to get a reaction? The business that we're in, of course, it's what you want. It's not something you wrap. It's a way to share memories. Aura isn't just your average picture frame. You can preload the frame with photos before you gift it. So when they plug it in, the memories, they're already there. No apps to figure out, no setup headaches, just instant big Kevin Borba smiles. Grandparents, parents, newlyweds, anyone who loves photos, which is most people, that's who it's good for. Limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. Named number 1 by Wirecutter, Nick Maravetz's favorite publication, by using the promo code COLLEGE. That's COLLEGE to check it out. That is the promo code you got to use. Just check John Belushi's sweatshirt. That's Aura, the thing that Darian Gray has when he opens up every show. AURA frames.com, promo code COLLEGE. Deals exclusive to listeners, and the frames sell out fast, y'all. So order yours now and get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning Locked On Big 12 at checkout. Terms and conditions, those things apply. Parker Ainsworth, the floor is yours.
Am I talking 2-lane, no lane,
Anything. Anything.
I got my own
like
lane.
right now, it's your show.
It's my lane. That's the interesting thing. You mentioned the 49 recruits and all of that. Any other fallout from signing day as you have a Baylor Bears hat on your head right now? Is that a sore subject?
I'm sorry, a what day?
Signing day last week? No.
What's that for?
Well, what could that have been for if not to improve football teams?
Wait, you're trying to tell me that you guys didn't have your worst signing class in 21 years?
No, we
actually,
did.
exact opposite.
Oh, thank you, Borba.
We signed 12 people.
12 is a good number. That is a good, clean number.
Solid,
It goes.
That's a
into
terrible
2,
number, man.
3, and
Cam,
4.
Cam, you can
Best
say
football
all you
number
want.
there's ever been.
Tom
There's
Brady?
12 teams in the playoff. Like 12 is a good
Playoffs.
Good number.
Talking about playoffs?
Playoffs.
You can say all you want about these recruiting, but you can say you are the only coach in the Big 12, maybe even all of the country, that sat crisscross applesauce during National Signing Day.
Look, I'm telling you, man, he's a different cat, Dave Aranda. He is, in fact, I'll go as far as saying that Dave Aranda is the only one with enough balls in this conference.
I have no idea, like, what the hell I'm doing. I have no idea.
It takes a real man to admit that.
Right.
Okay? I just
argue
do
with
it to
that.
my pillow every night. Dave Aranda does it with a microphone in front of him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You do it to your pillow every night.
Yep. You guys think my fiance is a real person?
Paid
Are
actor.
you serious?
Mountaineer Paul has Rich Rodriguez coming. You have the pillow. Like, what's going on here, bro?
Sometimes it's more than just about what's coming. You know what I mean?
God.
It's about being present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Presence.
I'm really
Always
jazzed about the recruiting class we're getting for sure.
Paul.
Mark that down.
Subtle. You're supposed to be subtle, Paul.
Yeah, mark it.
14-17. Let's put a marker there.
I'm just saying, our big boss. Think of what show our big boss does. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Paul. Anyway,
It's funny.
Texas Tech is in. BYU's not in. And new coaches seem to be the thing. Let's start with Nick Maravetz because, man, I feel for you. I
was so
feel for you,
fast.
brother.
No,
So-
you don't. Pause. Don't. You would rather be Nick Maravich right now, actually, because you
No,
don't want the,
no. I mean,
you don't
maybe
want the coach you've got.
maybe
Don't lie
because
to
I'm a
yourself.
little more seasoned than Maravetz, and what you have to do is just throw the rumors in there. no matter what, just in case you don't get this opportunity. But Matt Campbell leaves, and like literally a half hour later, they're like, yeah, we've got another guy. Like, no Lincoln Riley episode, no Brian Kelly episode,
John Gruden,
no Fisher, no John Gruden episode, no
Sanders.
TJ Otzelberger double dipping episode. None of it, man.
Best I got was before
boned.
he even left was just like, if he were to leave, who would we hypothetically want? That was the most I got out of that. It was so fast.
Who did you want?
Good for you, Nick.
I did think John Gruden would be pretty fun. I mean, it would certainly be interesting. Ed Orgeron, another name that was thrown out, definitely would have had my attention. But
Ed
we got Jimmy
Iowa,
Rogers.
crazy thought.
Wow, he got clipped today, man. Did you see Orgeron's clip today?
With Bussin'?
No, yeah, it was with Bussin'. Yeah, where he was talking about how recruits are being paid now.
Yeah, how they were going
how they used to be paid. He said now they just come in the front door instead of the back, or whatever it was. He said, basically just admitting that they used to pay players, which is not any breaking news.
Water's also wet.
I didn't know that.
True.
I didn't know they used to pay.
Sand is sandy.
Wow.
So Maravets, how about this new guy?
Yeah, Jimmy Rogers is going to bring a national title to Iowa State, which is extremely exciting. I do expect we'll be running the 4-man front defensively, so that's a great change of pace. A lot of Cyclone fans are pretty upset about the 3-man front.
Exciting, man. I'm really excited about that 4-man front.
Yep. The portal class or the recruiting class, I am not so confident in. I'm a little bit closer to you on that one, Cam. But after all the tears were washed out of my pillowcase, I do feel better about the coaching situation at Iowa State.
You guys and pillows, man. What the hell?
I treat my pillow with respect. All right.
As you should.
Where else am I supposed to cry, Parker? I just cried all night long.
I mean, the shower is typically a pretty good cry spot.
That's valid. That's
allegedly.
a good one.
Allegedly.
Christian Rao.
1B.
How long
Colin
did I have
Klein
for a coaching search?
back
Not very long.
At Kansas State.
It's a good feeling.
God,
You know what?
it's gotta be a good feeling.
I didn't have a coaching search plan either. I couldn't make the content saying who could be the next coach because Kleiman retired and Klein came back in. But to be completely honest, like selfishly, that would have been cool for the channel. But there is no better perfect match for having Colin Klein back at Kansas State. It truly isn't. And it's exciting. The donors, the support has been unbelievable, according to multiple sources. Dare I say, K-State's back, baby.
All right, I need Maravets and Rao to answer this question at the same time. Why aren't you going to a bowl game? 3, 2, 1.
Coaching.
Yeah, K-State has no excuse. K-State has legit no excuse, okay? Iowa State would have been sending out 8 freshmen. It would have been 8-man football in a bowl game. That's probably not the best play for even the Big 12 brand. Kansas State was just like, wait, this guy has never coached us before. I don't feel like playing anymore. Bad excuse.
I wanna turn my hat backwards and actually fight back here, but he's right. They don't have any. I put it back. They don't have any excuse. It's actually kind of sad and it sucks. That is the reason, though, is that they're making such a big coaching turnover that they don't have anybody to go. Apparently, they had some sort of a team meeting. And
like TCU doesn't have a coach. They're going to go to a bowl.
Believe me, it's a terrible excuse. Kansas State's been filled with excuses for long. It's on the injury conversation.
Can I make a proposal I saw online that I would give credit to, but I can't remember who to give credit to? If you decline a bowl, you shouldn't get a part of all the conference money coming in for other bowl games.
That I actually don't hate.
They got fined.
I don't disagree.
$500K each. They got fined.
Yeah, they did get fined. Now, that might be the reason, saying we're not going to leave you out of that, but here's your fine. I don't think that'll be a double dip thing. I'm not assuming that they get fined and they get left out, just being completely straight, like, because that would kind of put them in the same boat of, Oklahoma State. They didn't get to a bowl game and they're going to still get some rev share. So although I agree with you, I think that shouldn't be. I don't think they're going to be double dipped. I think that's what the fine's for.
TCU.
Here's something.
I'm just saying what the TCU fans are saying, man. That's all.
They're saying we're going to take your
regurgitating it.
They're saying we're going to take your coordinator.
Iowa State, Kansas State, and Notre Dame are the 3 actual bowl eligible teams to say no to being.
It's not like I don't want it. I don't want that to happen. But at this point, what? How much of a difference is it really going to make? You know what I mean? Is it gonna get us from 2 wins to 3 wins next year? Possibly.
We get a record prediction for 2026, Cam. Just thoughts like fresh out.
How many games
for Baylor? We'll say 12. Record prediction, please.
0-11.
Nice.
They opt out of the final one.
He's in the Neil Brown spot.
He's
in the Neil Brown spot. He'll do what Brown did in 2023.
But see,
he'll win 9 games.
Paul,
Baylor head coach Neil Brown.
We've played this game after they were 3-9. The first friggin' time he led them to 3-9, we said Neil Brown, like that could be it. And then he wins 8 games, and then he does the Neil Brown thing and goes 5-7. And here we are
with the best team he's ever had. Same exact
thing. You're going
thing.
to do the Neil Brown thing and hire him after one great year at North Texas. I could just feel it.
Baylor should have hired the last North Texas coach. They're going to get the new one instead.
Yeah.
Neil Brown said in his press conference yesterday that he left West Virginia in a better place than he found it. No, I didn't like that. I was pretty upset about it. Did a show on it.
Let's talk about what else Mountaineer Paul is upset about next on Locked On Big 12 Squad. Part of today's Locked On Big 12 Squad episode is brought to you by Parker Ainsworth and Christian Rao, but also FanDuel. These guys know that NFL Sundays, they move fast, and you want to capitalize on that whenever you can, and mainly on Sundays. One big play, suddenly everything is different. That's what makes live betting with FanDuel so exciting. Every week I'm watching it, man. I'm like, Drake May's heating up. Put it down. 260-plus pass yards, 3 touchdowns. Hunter Henry, 4+ receptions all the time. Live spreads, money lines, they adjust instantly. Player props update as those fellas heat up. You can bet next touchdown scores, drive results, totals, and more. It keeps you locked into every snap, every drive, every possibility. So if you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. Once again, FanDuel.com for NFL live bets. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and guess what? So can you. Mountaineer Paul, tell us what you're mad about, man. Anything.
On the spot. Really not mad about much.
That's a great way to be in life, man. That's a great way to be in life. I can give you 6 things right now. I'm not going to. We'll be here forever. But I can complain about pretty much anything. I think that's actually my best asset in this job.
Yeah, there's a few things I could complain about. It's like, you want to stoke the fires, or do you want to just leave it a bit? Leave it be.
Stoke the fires, Paul.
Stoke the fires. Stoke the fires. No, better not do it. I better let cooler heads prevail on this one for sure. Just better to do it that way. Although I will say this, man, West Virginia, Big 12 champs next year. How about that? No.
Well, now I'm.
You know what? Why
Paul's a
not?
liar.
Why not? Why not?
Now I'm a liar.
I'm mad now.
Actually,
I want Colorado to win it just for Borba. I want to see Borba win it.
That'd be nice. We got.
I'm not there yet, Borba. I'm not there.
Well, you're a hater. I mean,
I am. Yes,
you're a professional hater.
Big time.
Parker
Ainsworth, low key, has to be in a metaphoric way. Parker, the fattest guy in the Big 12 squad on the screen right now. Metaphorically, like you've got to feel like you have.
Okay, now I'm upset.
Eating good.
Is there a pH in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna hope the metaphor is intended, but I like Houston obviously had the great recruiting class and finished 9-3. I've already looked at next year's projected opponents, and actually, like, they do have to go to Tech and to Utah, but it's actually kind of friendly.
Utah won't be a problem. That won't be a problem.
Not better than West Virginia's recruiting class.
I mean, if you have 80,000 people on your recruiting class, I feel like it means you probably needed to replace a lot. You can't
only top 19 count.
Only 11 are on the field though, Paul. Like it's a lot more than 11. Anyway,
well, Rich did, honestly, in all honesty, Rich didn't get a first year recruiting class, so I do believe there's some legitimacy to it.
In the country like Fritz did, so that's fine. But that's the way that goes. I feel pretty good about the way things are for Houston right now, if I'm being honest. I hope that we're just being metaphorical with the fat comment, but I really.
I just got a text from one of my friends who is a little overweight, used to be, and he said, "I've had a few beers. Matt Rule can F off."
Wow. Baylor legend.
Can I get a retweet? Can I get an amen anywhere in the chat?
Yeah, I'll quote tweet that with a fire emoji for you.
This is how I want to end this just blisteringly good show. Let's go around the room. What coach can F off? No, you can't pick Dave Aranda. You can't. I'm sorry. That's too easy.
Starts off, Cam. Is your
idea?
Want
me, Marcus
Get us going.
Notre Dame. Newt Rockney. Honestly, Newt started this whole thing. I used to have respect for him. Man, I could have done this whole squad show just taking out Notre Dame. I'm so sick of it.
Does it make you feel any different if he's the New York Giants head coach, or is he still like
that makes it worse, man? Okay. Actually, Notre Dame went up there a couple years ago, loved it, great spot. You guys know me, love some good sports history and everything, but I have had the Notre Dame people in my comments this week, which I invited them. I totally invited them by calling their team cowards. That is a different group. Not the worst, not nearly the most hostile, but the most in a bubble, on a different planet fan base I've ever seen. Like, they are just not at all in the reality of anything going on in their lives. It's crazy. And who would turn down the Pop-Tart Bowl? Are you kidding me?
Bro, 6 flavors this year.
Running from BYU.
No, I give limbs. I would give limbs to be in the Pop-Tart Bowl. Cody Stovall already has.
Champion, isn't it, Nick? It's fun being a Pop-Tart champion.
It is, man.
Thanks,
BYU
man.
better win the Pop-Tart championship. It cannot leave the Big 12.
I'll pick Pat Narduzzi.
Thank you.
I edited myself.
That's
I did a good thing that time. No, in all seriousness, though, I hate Narduzzi, man. He has continuously just totally bashed our fan base over the years. He's called us zoo animals. He makes their team wear shoulder pads and helmets when they get off the bus, and tells them they're going to have batteries thrown at them. One time he said,
we need to get back to the friendly confines of Pittsburgh, where the people are very level-headed and not at all passionate.
Where you don't even have your own stadium. Yeah, I know, man. It's wild.
We actually
do have the worst fan base in the country, too. They have no fan base.
The real snobby, refined people of Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maravets?
Whenever they asked him about how he felt about playing in Morgantown at 3 p.m. instead of 7 p.m., he said, well, I mean, the beers will be probably a little bit less empty, so they're less likely to throw it at you.
There you go. Maravets,
so I'm going to go James Franklin.
Calling us violent.
I'm not too fond of James Franklin right now. I mean, I hope he succeeds at VT, but yeah, this is all his fault.
Probably the worst person to be a coach at Penn State ever, right?
Easily, yeah.
Easy enough. Borba?
He had a couple scandals.
James Franklin did?
Yeah. Telling the doctor not to report injuries. Yeah. Go look that one up.
That's probably the worst scandal to have at Penn State. You're right, Paul.
Probably ever, man. Probably ever.
I never said the worst. I said he had a couple scandals.
Can't think of another one. Yeah, it's tough to think of one. I'll go Pat Shurmur, simply for being hired by Colorado, for being on staff for 2 years. Similar to the way, I guess, like Nick Maravitz didn't even get a show. Like, Colorado didn't even announce they fired anyone and just randomly announced new offense coordinator. So Pat Shurmur, like, shout out to you, dude. You kind of got carried by a few NFL players and rode their coattails into a solid 3-9 season. So nothing but the best for you.
It's actually hilarious. I was like looking on social media when I heard about the new Colorado offensive coordinator being hired, and I was like, "What happened to the old one?" I meant to actually text you that, so that's really funny.
They have 3 right now. They haven't announced anyone's firing, so they have 3 at the moment. Apparently,
I can't see how you can hate James Franklin. James Franklin, former Kansas State quarterback coach, recruited the brand new coach at Kansas State, Colin Klein, and then of course he also destroys Penn State enough to go take Matt Campbell, who was a Chris Kleiman killer at Kansas State. So I love James Franklin right now. So I'm happy that Matt Campbell's out of
he
the
can F on. Am I right, Rao?
Speaking of that, I have a list of players from Iowa State that I do want. We can talk about it later.
Want to?
I have them on hand though, if you want to hear.
Yeah, new coaches, usually you lose players in the 2026 recruiting class. Kansas State hasn't lost any yet, though. How's that working for you, Nick?
2026 class, we're okay for now. It's not looking great. I'm much more high on the amount of players we're going to keep on the current team. I feel like all right on that. Yeah, I know.
Armageddon flips is what we're calling it over here at Lockdown.
Do you have more or less than 12 recruits, though, Nick?
I'm pretty sure it's more than 12. Pretty sure.
Bad.
You
bad.
don't want to be in the 12 group. You just
too many.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah,
that's a bad way to go. That is a bad way to go. Parker Ainsworth?
I'm somewhere between Herman and Major, mostly because I feel like the vibes are good right now around Houston football, and I kind of blame those two guys for them dipping. The easy answer is probably Dana, I guess, because he rode the end of the slide there and slid it further into the ground. But yeah, the vibes. Remember the last time
Parker,
they were good? Oh yeah.
Thoughts on Kendra Scott?
That's a good pull, Borba. Speaking of Tom Herman, that's a good pull.
I'm just saying. She has a great jewelry business. I looked. Christmas is coming.
You're not the only one to look at Kendra Scott. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cam, you want to go again? Round 2?
Oh, it's my turn. I got to keep the conversation
We know you
going.
got plenty. Yeah.
As the host of the show today. Drake Toll's got a new national morning radio show. He's very much too big for us. So it's just me pinch hitting. I got nothing else. Fellas, does anyone have a favorite Glenn Campbell song before we go?
I don't even know who that is.
That's ridiculous, Borba. That's insane. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Borba. How dare you?
Borba. Wow. No, man.
Borba, really?
It's California.
Do not
California
know
thing.
who Glenn Campbell is.
California thing. We don't
Be gentle on my mind, Borba.
One of the best comb overs of all
on
time.
my mind.
Me or Glenn
It was an
Campbell?
elite comb over. You know, Wichita Lineman wasn't even finished. That's an unfinished song.
Great.
It's an unbelievable piece of American
With
art.
that
Borba
hair,
wouldn't even know.
Borba, you don't even know Rhinestone Cowboy? You kidding me?
Oh, I do know that one. Wow. Cool. Okay. I'm back in. I don't know who the name, but I know
Borba's
the song.
back.
He's back, boys.
I'm back in.
So I totally know how Rhinestone Cowboy goes, but I hear Nick doesn't. So can you sing some, Cam?
Nick supposedly does.
You know I will.
No, the name sounds familiar, but I can't put the tune to it. Can you just remind me quick?
Thank you, Paul.
That's probably as close as we get for copyright purposes, right? We're good there.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, there was nowhere.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
nowhere
much.
close to the real melody.
Yeah, that's the thing.
that
Is I
falls under fair
sound
use.
too close to Glenn Campbell that will get copyright flagged.
I think it's actually him.
And so does this guy.
All right, listen, Linda BYU got screwed. Jacob Rodriguez did too. KSU, ISU should probably grow a bigger pair of cojones to play in the bowl game that your seniors and backups deserve to play into. Don't get me started on Notre Dame. I ain't got time to say, nor never would I say, that they are so extra charming, squishy, baby soft that would just be so rude. Okay, love you. Goodbye.
What is the first point on his
the inspiration for
over there?
Wichita Lineman while driving through Oklahoma?
Oh, I have a
What was
live
the one?
scheduled for 2 minutes ago.
That's the state.
We only have one thing missing from that Stovall rant, and that was a velvet dolphin painting. And other than that, it was perfect. No notes.
I love the what he has written. What was the Angry Elf Revolution?
That's what I was like.
All right, listen, Linda BYU got screwed. Jacob Rodriguez did too. KSU.
Evolution.
I wouldn't say I'm
Man's
that
great at
angry.
it.
I wouldn't say I'm
Man's
that
great at
angry, but it's whatever.
Anyway, guys, Locked On Big 12 Squad. We'll see you next week. It might be better.